Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much indeed for tuning in today. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am all about the brand new KTM Super Duke 1390 Evo R. we've got lots of things to talk about here, so I'm just going to stand still for a moment and run you through the headlines. This is the 2024 KTM 1390 Super Duke Evo. 19,599 is the base price. If you want the tech pack, which opens up all of the goodies, then that's an extra £1,087. And the tech pack includes a quick shifter plus, the MSR, adaptive brake light, track modes, EBC control, and suspension pro. I've literally got this in street mode, and everything is set to auto because it's just a lot easier to let the bike do what it does rather than me trying to figure it out, because I'm not going to have the bike for that amount of time. The bike comes in two colours, orange and black. This is the orange one, in case you haven't noticed, and I still think it looks really, really nice. The subframe is slightly tweaked with this bike. I'm told there's different materials being used within the manufacturing to try and make things lighter. So this bike's producing 190 brake horsepower at 10,000 RPM, 145 Newton meters of torque at 8,000 RPM. The tank is 17.5 litres, which is decent, you know, for a street bike. That's pretty good. It's got lots of riding modes on the bike, which I'll go through in a minute when I show you the screen. We have a quick shifter. We have a USB charging point, which I've not found yet actually, so I'll try and find that. The seat height is 834 millimeters. The dry weight of the bike is 200 kilograms. We've got an LCD multifunctional screen, which I'll go through with you in a minute. Semi-active suspension front and rear, the WP semi-active suspension, which is really, really good. Makes for a very comfortable ride, and I'd like to say that this particular version of this bike is more comfortable than last year's, definitely for me. I'm 6'3". I have no problems with space on the bike, plenty of room for my legs, and the riding position is very upright and comfortable, so that's excellent. We have Brembo brakes on this bike here, Brembo, and they're twin discs on the front, as you can see, on this side and one t'other. Brand new light, as I said, and I'll turn the bike on in a minute and show you that, but it's lovely, works really nicely, no problems there, although it is daylight, so I don't know how much I'm going to get out of that at the moment. The bike does have tyre pressure control, does have cruise control, and while I'm talking about the front disc, the rear disc is just there. I love the single swing arm because you can see the beauty of the wheel, and the single disc at the back is 240 millimeters. You can see this bike is from jimaimracing.co.uk. There's no brake light on this bike, so what they've done is they've integrated the brake light into the indicators, which is very clever. And again, they're quite small, they're LED. You've got a really robust chain on this bike. Pillion pegs. The pillion seat is quite comfortable. My seat is comfortable and quite broad and wide, which is excellent. The pegs are, you know, they're pretty basic, but they do their job, which is great. And of course, you've got the WP suspension piece there for the rear shock. So that's all excellent. Okay, so just have to take a little bit of a walk around the bike so you can get a feel for how she looks. It all feels really well made. You know, the engine's nicely snug in there in the frame. Huge fan there at the back. I really like the way the lines come out. Huge rad. Really very nice indeed. When you're sitting on the bike, this looks really nice as well. The mirrors appear to be the same, and they're good. They're fine. The switchgear is all pretty standard. And so, yeah, as we get to the front of the bike here, let's just go through. So this is keyless, this bike, just to let you know. So no key required for this. Just up that and up it comes. Obviously it's not on at the moment, so it won't do it. We'll switch it on though. 30 years of Duke. The switchgear is similar. It's the same as always. So there's your back button. There's your main beams. That's your cruise control. This is the area where you control the screen, left, right, up and down. There's your indicators, left and right. This here is for the cruise control. So you've got a plus button here. And around this side, there is a minus button. And that's for going up and down in speed. Over this side, you've got your hazard lights, the bike lock, the engine start, and shortcuts C2 and C1. That's basically, so if you don't want to have to dive into the menu, so we push left, we go into the menu. Oh, sorry, we get rid of this warning sign first. We go left and we go into the menu, and then you've got motorcycle, suspension, bike info, trip information, other settings, and then back to motorcycle. That's all controlled from over here. Okay. But what we'll do is we'll just go back out. So I'm going to go to the main screen from there, just push back, and that takes you back out here. Okay, so here we've got what gear we're in, what the time is, the degrees. Over here we've got the mode you're in, number of miles the bike's done, the ABS setting, the MTC is on, and all the other bits and pieces here. So battery, oil temperature, lean angle, miles per hour. The turning on procedure is pretty straightforward. We just touch the button, don't have to hold it, we just touch it and it starts up. So we'll see what the exhaust sounds like, shall we? Flavour. V-twin rumble. That lovely V-twin rumble. Switch her off so I don't upset the neighbours. It's got this annoying thing, it's just the side stands out. I know the side stands out, it's okay, the bike's standing up, it wasn't out, it'll be on the floor. Turn that off, and it tells me again. Kill switch, press, what? I don't know what it's saying there. So anyway, where are we? If we go into the screen again, I'll show you now. Okay, so we push left on this button here, into the screen, push left again, and then it takes us into rider modes, engine braking. You can adjust the engine braking. You can adjust the ABS, you've got MTC and MSR, a quick shifter. So yeah, really easy to understand the screen. Okay, and then just to say that while I'm riding the bike, it's very, very upright. It feels like it just goes straight down at the front, which it pretty much does. And as we see, if I turn the bike on again, is the light running? Yeah, the light is running. I don't know how much you can see there. And if I put it on main beam, it's pretty bright. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The tyres are good. No problems with the tyres at all, and they're scrubbed in nicely, so they're working nicely. And overall, just the riding experience, guys, I would say is absolutely superb. I'm really, really enjoying the bike. I had no problems with it at all. You know, just to jump onto it for the first time in over a year, and I'm very, very quickly used to it. You can see here the lights. I'll show you the indicators as well. Indicate this way. So it's just a tip of the indicator that changes, and around the front, it's very bright. It's a very good LED situation. Excellent, absolutely excellent. Cancel that off. And in case I kill the battery, I'm going to turn the bike off now as well, because I don't want to get stranded. So yeah, so overall, guys, so far, really, really impressed with the bike. Easy to ride, absolutely no problems. And you've got these, you've got these wings here, which I suppose they're supposed to create downforce, aren't they, at a certain speed? But you know, to me, I just think it looks really, really nice. Very, very sporty. But whilst it is a very, very sporty bike and it is very quick, you can ride it slow. It's not like the other incarnations previously where I felt maybe at 30 miles an hour, it just wanted to go faster and faster and faster. That's not the case now. So, you know, it's growing on me. And I know the look of the bike, it splits people, but I really like it. And this new headlight, I think, is the best looking version of the bike I've seen so far. Yeah, I'm a real fan. It's a 1390, but actually the engine is 1350cc. But you know, you don't need much more than that. Whatever mode you're in, the bike goes very quickly. 190 brake horsepower in street or sport, or down to rain, it goes down to 130 brake horsepower or 120. I think that's about it, really, guys. All I can say about this bike. A massive thanks to Jim Aim for allowing me out today on this bike. Thanks to Ben for giving me such a comprehensive overview of the bike. A lot of the stuff he told me I've not given you here, but I will give you the links to the websites that will give you all of the technical specifications for the machine. I'm just going to get out there now and ride the bike a bit more, and hopefully be able to feed back some further information to you guys. My point of view from an everyday rider of what this bike is like. Everything about this bike screams quality, really. I absolutely love it. So yeah, my favourite Super Duke that I've ever ridden, yes, most definitely, without question.
In summary, this motorbike is an absolute, it's a rocket, it's an amazing ride, it's very quick. Even in street mode, it's got more than enough, it's got more than you'll ever need, absolutely has. And it's a brilliant bike. It's a brilliant bike, and it's very easy to get used to very quickly, okay? So, but yes, it's a high-end bike, yes, it's a very expensive bike, yes, you can take it to the track, but it's very easy to use on the street, in all given situations that you would use a motorbike within the UK or, any time in Europe. And one thing I have said in the past is that I would not tour on this bike. Now, there are lots of luggage options for this bike, and actually, do you know what? I think I might tour on a bike like this. I might go and do thousands of miles on a bike like this, because it's actually pretty damn comfortable, which it's amazing for me to say that after my previous experiences on the last couple of Super Dukes. I rode the Evo, the 1290 and the 1290 Evo, and I wasn't overly impressed with the comfort, but this has been really comfortable today. Really comfortable. Switch gear is all the same. It's very similar. No major changes there. The feel of the bike is very similar, but the small changes they've made, and they've been many, I think they add up to something really quite important, and it does make this bike more accessible to, taller riders that perhaps are, more inclined to want a comfortable ride, and that's definitely me within that kind of thinking. I don't want a bike that's going to be uncomfortable. So, it really is a very exciting kind of scenario. I think if you were to buy the bike and set it in standard for everything, you'd never be bored of it. I mean, you can muck about with all of the settings if you want. You can put it into race mode and all the rest of it, but why bother when the standard out-of-the-box setup is just totally and utterly usable, accessible. You feel completely connected to the street. The rumble of the V-twin is beautiful, but it's not too much. It's a little bit less than what it used to be. I don't know how to explain it, but maybe I've changed. But for me, this bike is so much more comfortable than the last version that I rode. Just brilliant, really good, really good. So we're in sport mode. Let's see what we can do here. Wow, yeah, I mean, sport mode is much more refrained than performance, okay, and that's about as quick as I would ever want to be. I mean, the performance mode was just an absolute mental case, and obviously track is, I suppose, where you can then do things very individualistically and set them however you want to. But yeah, I mean, seriously, it's just, sport is fine. You can twist the throttle and you're not going to kill yourself. But performance, I mean, yeah, I'm going to end up in a tree, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to end up in a tree. You just listen to the engine. I mean, it's a beautiful sounding bike. And everything works how you expect it to. Everything works nicely. The quick shift is a little bit clunky in the first couple of gears, but it's fine. When you're pushing it and checking it down now, back up. I'm not pushing on the throttle, and it's behaving nicely. Absolutely fine. Very, just a very comfortable place to be. And again, much more comfortable than, I mean, that was a big bump there, but the suspension really handled it beautifully. So the WP suspension, hats off Super Duke, that really is good. I'm a big guy, and I feel every bump when I'm on my bike normally, and yeah, I'm not feeling it now at all. So I think they've done a really good job with keeping everything very familiar, but also just improving it to a point where, it's just a lot better, a lot better. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, it's a lovely, lovely sounding bike, and the feel of that, the grunt of the engine, the braking, the engine braking, I love it. And again, you can amend the engine braking. You can make it stronger or less, you know, weaker. It's brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant bike. Oh, guys, I mean, if you have never ridden a Super Duke, this is the one. This is the one that you want to get out and ride. It's the best one I've ever ridden. Maybe that's saying quite a lot to some people out there, but yeah, really, this Super Duke 1390 Evo is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The brakes are awesome. I mean, look, I'm getting a bit too quick there. The brakes are brilliant. Thank God. And yeah, it's just a lovely, lovely, lovely riding experience. Just, you know, it goes wherever you want it to go. When you put on the throttle, you know, it's not seamless. You feel the kick off, the kick on, click off. But you know, it's a V-twin. You want that characteristic. You want that feeling. You want the connection. You know, it's not supposed to be completely seamless. It's not like a, you know, it's supposed to be a bike that you can connect with. And this bloody well is, I tell you. Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it. Yeah, and you know, I love the colour. I love the shape of the bike. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant, and I really would say, okay, it really kicks you. You know, when it kicks in, it's like kick. Jesus! Oh my goodness! Brilliant! Just so good, so good. So anyway, look, I had my fun, guys. I'm heading back to GM Racing in Braintree. Big thanks to Ben and the team there for allowing me up here today. Ben, thanks for cleaning the bike down so it looked good on the video. You know, this is a wonderful, wonderful bike. Yes, it's a very expensive bike, but it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and you know, a huge improvement for me personally, I think, year on year. Big thanks to all of you guys out there for watching this video. Please do leave me your comments, and I will get back to you in due course. I'll leave the links to the KTM website and to this model so you can see all the specifications. But just straight out of the box, in just, you know, your sport mode, it's an amazing motorcycle. And yeah, I'm just ashamed I haven't got it for longer. Also, the filtering is just brilliant. You just get through any gap, any space. Just go. So, thanks once again, guys, for viewing. To those of you who are watching who have not subscribed, please do subscribe, because it helps the channel an awful lot. To those of you returning to the channel, hi guys, thank you very much for viewing. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for supporting me. Once again, a big thanks to Jermaine, Ben and the team for allowing me out on this bike today. And my advice, guys, is that if you've not ever ridden a Super Duke, this really is the version that you want to get on. It's effortless, it's brilliant, it's just absolutely superb. From me and the Super Duke 1390 Evo R, it's goodbye for now.